Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Artisans of Glimmith, where today we're going to try this 6-star monstrosity that I am, we'll say, slightly terrified about. Well, I see that this, at least, is... Oops, not that. We can draw some slight separations. We know that this has to expand like that. Okay, this red's going to have to get out somehow. Screen's either getting out through that cell or through that cell, but I don't think I know which one yet. There are there are 6 colors in this one, by the way. As in 6 panes of glass that we are putting together. There's no color where all of them are against the border, is there? No, I don't think so. As we do have this whole idea that every color needs to have some sort of contiguous strip against the border, or it doesn't have to. It can have no presence on the border, but it can't have 2 contiguous strips on the border. If this red is going to take any more border cells, it's taking... only some substretches going up to at most here, is what I am trying to argue. This blue has to get out around these 2 blues, so it either has to get out that way or get out that way. Oh, that's actually really interesting for the yellows, isn't it? Yeah, because the other... Yeah, so I think what I'm arguing is something kind of similar to what I argued before. I don't think these 2 can go together. Because if these 2 go together, then whatever on earth this one is, it's going to have to get out over here. And the problem is now I've got 3 yellows down here. And only 2 colors of glass in which I can put them. That doesn't work. So basically, I'm arguing these are separate. Basically, in these 4 cells that I have here, what I'm arguing is we need, well, these 2 blues. One way for this blue to get out, and one way for another color to get in to take the 3rd triangle. So, all of these are separate. Right, because the same argument works up here, I believe, that if I made these 2 the same, now this has to get out around here in some other color. And now, again, I only have 2 colors for my yellows. But that seems very highly restricted. It does mean that these are all part of one thing, because they're either how this connects out of the grid, or they're how something else connects in. These are all one color. But how do the... So this still doesn't seem like it works to me. So the reason why my brain feels like this doesn't work is that I also need to get both of these blues Oh no, what's going to happen is one of these blues is going to get out through the other way? Is that what's happening? I'm just going to color these 3 different colors real quick and think about this. Okay, oops. Okay, and so one of these is green. We're just, for sake of argument, going to say it's that one. No, this doesn't work. Because now this yellow here is going to come over like this. And it's going to trap the red over down here. What was wrong with my argument? Okay, so let's go back and let's go through my argument again that these couldn't be connected, because if these are connected, this blue needs to get out. And it'll have to get out like over there or something. And exactly how it gets out doesn't seem to matter. Is it somehow different in this dimension and I didn't appreciate that there was a difference? So this blue has to get out. That feels right? But I can confirm it's not right. So what am I missing? How am I connecting 2 of these? Oh, it's because what I have to do is I have to connect... I have to let one of these sort of back in through the connection. So I've been connecting it like that, but it can't be connected like that. It's going to have to be connected something like, and I'm trying to see exactly how I'm going to articulate this. It's going to have to get out in some way that allows this other one back in to grab it, and then this one can run in, and then we'll be in good shape, right? And so then in that universe, these 2 would be connected, and that would be okay. Okay, so I think it might actually have to be like that, but let's think carefully about this. Okay. If this cell is purple, so purple has to get out. Purple is blocking off one of the exits. Is one point here. It's not clear, I guess, that some other color doesn't get in, though. Like, I don't think there's any a priori reason, just from what I'm saying, that I can't have, like, a red come in here like this. As long as the yellow gets out and the purple gets out. And the green comes in like that. Oh, no, there is. Because purple still has to get out. Right, and these things have to get out. Okay, let's see. Okay, here's the way to do this. Those 3 cells that I've just numbered 1, 2, and 3. Those are the 3 ways into this lower left corner of this grid. So therefore, one of them is green, one of them is purple, and one of them is yellow, because they're also the ways out of this this whole mess. So these cells are green, yellow, and purple, and that means the yellows are green, yellow, and purple because nothing else can make it in here. So I've got to assign one of these yellows to be green, one of them to be purple, and one of them to be yellow. Now, certainly I can't make this one purple for assorted reasons. And I can't... Actually, maybe I can make that one purple if I let yellow run around like that. And I bet I'm going to be able to make very similar arguments in other spaces here. Where if I write 1, 2, 3 up here, 1, 2, 3 down there. Here I can actually do this in lots of different ways because of that one barricade there, like 1, 2, 3. Or I guess I could actually even make this one 3 or something like that. So over here, I actually even get a border from this because these are the only 3 ways for these 3 regions. Out of here, and so these need to be separated. And I guess the way I've drawn this, the 3 region here, always gets out through here. And so those are both part of the 3 region. This is separate. The 1 region has a little bit more flexibility. One had better not be red, because if one in this corner, if 1 is red, then we have some sort of issue that is pretty serious, I believe. These 2 are the same color. It's a problem because this red would have to get, because in this case, now the only thing that can get to 2 from this lower piece is red, but now the 1 can't get a purple. So those 2 are actually separate, I believe. We can go ahead and make up a color. And of course, these colors are going to mix and match in various ways that I am uncertain about so far, but we'll do our best. Red can't get out this way, I see, because if red comes up this way, it's going to, again, block off 1 from getting a purple. So red's going to have to come under. Like that, at least. Green's going to come over here, so it's going to push red up like that. That cell we know isn't red. Green's going to come out. Blue's going to come this way. Red gets pushed over here. Green gets pushed up. So red now gets pushed out around there. There's my green. But green still needs to grow. Now green is 2. Blue is now 1. Oops. And I think we get all of that. I think that's all correct. Okay, yeah, it likes that so far. Okay, so the red's going to come up here. This is going to be blue or green based on various assorted life choices that get made later. All of these have purple and such. Okay, so let's come up here and let's look at this little corner. This, too, I see, needs to go this way, because if it goes this way, it gets trapped by, I'm just going to make it a color. It's going to be green. Green can't escape through another yellow or through a 1, because remember, 2 is different than these, as is 3. So we can make 3 a different color. 3 comes back here. Green still needs to come back, so that's going to push like that. Again, this is not that. Okay, so we'll make that one the 1. This one can't be yellow, so yellow's coming this way. That looked wrong to me, but I see it's not insta-broken. These aren't green. Green doesn't actually need any more cells. But that one's now blue. Yellow does still need more cells. And so blue is going to come back like that. So we're going to have that sort of pattern up there. Of these hoodoogies. And we're going to have to, at some point, surgically put all of these together, but I'm doing my best to not think about that at the moment. Okay, we've got sort of a red, orange, yellow business going on. The only way yellow gets into this corner at all is that way, so that cell's definitely going to be yellow. The only way orange gets in is that way, so it's actually going to force that. It's actually going to finish this part of red. Oh, oops, I meant to make this just a different shade of red. Orange is going to come up here. Yellow now needs to take that cell. But yellow actually needs to take this, this cell up there. So that's also going to be yellow. This orange is going to extend over here. This yellow is going to extend over here. So all of that is true so far. Maybe what I'm learning is I have had more success labeling the 3 that I know are different. One of these 2 is blue. Well, is light blue, I suppose I should say. I'm going to make this red just so that I don't have to do that. This one can't be dark blue at the very least, because that would require dark blue wrap around the border. Because once dark blue touches the border once, it can't continue touching the border. And likewise, this can't be green for the same reason. Oh, is this going to be about counting how many breaks there are in the border? Because there's one break between these 2. There's one break between these 2. There's a break between these 2. That's 3, 4. Not quite. That doesn't quite get me fully there. But I think it's going to require that kind of thinking. Okay, well, this one's not red. It's certainly blue or green. If this cell isn't blue, then blue wraps around like this, and this doesn't actually get in to get a yellow. Because the blue needs to get in to get a yellow, and it's not going to get in through over here. It's only getting in through here. So that is blue. And now any path that gets blue to a yellow definitely takes that. So that's also blue. Now red's only way in is this one. And now green's only way in is this one. Red's still not done. This is now green officially. So we can run this backwards. Green already has a yellow. Green already has a yellow. Like that. So red is now pushed there. Green is pushed back like that. This is now blue. Okay, red gets pushed this way. Green gets pushed this way. Oops. Okay, so we've got all of these, and now we have to start trying to connect these things as best we possibly can. These three, I notice, both have... oh, there's 7. There's 7 total shapes. I previously said there were 6, but it's because I can't count. But I notice these 3 are different from these 3. For whatever that is worth. And likewise, these 3 are different from these 3. What I really want to argue is that this green over here... No, not that. This green and this red are actually the same. That's what I want to argue, but I don't quite see how to argue it yet. Trying to see if I can do something similar with trying to gate the entrances and exits to this region, but I don't think I quite can. It's not quite as bottlenecked as the others. Likewise, I would like these two to have to be the same, but I don't know if that's officially true yet. No. That's not what I was trying to do, and you know it. And there are 5 different shapes. And 7 panes of glass. So yeah, why... Basically, we've got a whole bunch of stuff against the border now. So a lot of it has to be the same, because you can't have a... every region can only touch the border once, and there's only 7 regions. And currently I've got 8 different regions touching the borders. I'm really trying to figure out how I can apply the same idea to this one up here. But the one up here at the top still only has 3 shapes in it, but it looks to me like it takes 4 cells to isolate everything. Okay, so these each have a yellow and a blue. So they can each connect to one of these. Can, but not necessarily have to, I suspect. Let's see, I can perhaps take advantage of the fact that, like, all 7 greens are in the top half of the grid. So I assuredly can't connect... Actually, I can't connect any of these 3 to these 3, is what I actually see. Because if I connect any of these 3 to these 3... then I lock off completely these 4 greens. Doesn't quite pencil out, does it? I was 1 green short, I think. You know, like, if I don't connect these 2 into one region, I know that they're both going to grow a bunch in this direction, which is going to force the orange over here, but that all looks kind of okay, if I'm being honest. Like, this eventually picks up a red in the span of that. This orange comes over here, this blue comes over here. It might, like, force those 2 to connect or something. Maybe the question is, where do these 3 get their yellows? Because these 3 each need a yellow, and they can't have these yellows. Because these yellows come with a green, which these already have. So one of these can have this yellow, but 2 of these at least have to connect to 2 of these at least. And I don't think it's possible that I connect this yellow to this blue. I think I can just argue that. I certainly can't connect the yellow to anything else in here. I certainly can't connect it to the 1 or the 2. Because that will... I think it's clear that that isolates things, but maybe it's not 100% clear that it isolates things. But I don't like it. Oh, no, that's just true. Yeah, I can't connect this yellow to this blue because then it would touch the border twice. And we're not allowed to touch the border twice. So yeah, so this yellow and this blue aren't connecting. Likewise, this blue and this red aren't connecting. So if blue connects to anything, it's orange. Green can only possibly connect to red. Or orange, I suppose. Never mind. Green can't connect to this yellow up here at the very least. Oh boy. So yeah, 2 pairs of these have to connect, and it's just so natural for the 2 pairs to be 1 and 1 and 2 and 2, because 3 and 3 can't connect. But I'm not sure I can quite argue that it has to be that. Is the problem. That I am currently facing. If I were vibe solving, I would just do this. Okay, can I make the same argument in a couple other places and see if one of them works better? Or do I want to do this by actually coloring these regions? Actually, I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to uncolor that one. Oh no, I was going to try and color it so that I kept in mind the like breaks that I knew about in the border. So I could like color differently the ones I knew for sure are different. That's not actually quite as many as I would like it to be. Like I know that blue is different from red. I know that red is different from this other blue. I know that yellow is different from green, for example. But this doesn't translate super instantly. Oh, I do know that this yellow is different from this blue as well. Because I actually know all three of these are different from all three of these. Okay, maybe I can hunt down, if I actually think about the fact that I know that this is 6 of the regions in total, maybe I can hunt down something that has to be part of the 7th region. And I can, namely it has to be this one. This one is part of the 7th region. I think this blue, ultimately, if I ask which green is this going to take, it's either going to take one of the ones in one of these regions, all of which I think break, although the two that potentially might work, or maybe I could make it this one and maybe I could make it this one, but I think this blue's probably going to end up taking that one. But I could be mistaken. Yeah, these each need a green. It can't be one of these greens, so it needs to be one of these greens or that green. Can I really not do anything similar up here that would make the rest of this click together? It just feels like this is so wide open. It looks like 4 different things, and maybe 4 different regions are going to have to take a shape out of this. Maybe that's where this is going. 1, 2, 3, 4. We actually know these 2 are different. So we actually know about 5 borders, at least, around the outside. We don't know that every region touches the outside, but we're pretty close to knowing that. Yeah. 2 of these 3 connect to 2 of these 3. And each one of those also needs to get what color is missing? A red. Each of those needs to get a red. Wait. I feel like something I'm saying is wrong. So I think 2 of these have to connect to 2 of these, and 2 of these have to connect to 2 of these. For the same reason, because we need a purple. No, we need a... Oh boy. 2 of these do have to connect to 2 of these, because these need a yellow. 3 of the yellows are over there. 1 could be here. So there's at least 2 connections. Here, let me write this in. That was meant to be greater than or equal to 2. These need greens. Sorry. These need purples, so there's also greater than or equal to 2 here. Can there possibly be 2 connections across here, is I guess the question then? Or can there only be 1? Or can there not be any? Because if there had to be 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here, I think that would force too many connections. Like, I don't think I can have a region. Yeah, there's no region that can have something from all 3 of these, for example. And so if there were at least 2 things here, then we'd have 2 of these would connect up and 2 of these would connect left. That would mean 1 connected up and left, and it would have 6 shapes in it. Not to mention having 2 purples. So there's actually less than or equal to 1 connection in this direction. Even though the shapes all look like, hey, these could connect and it would be reasonable. So that's some sort of like weird asymmetry here. Now, is there some reason why there has to be at least 1 connection between these 2 sets? Or is it possible that there's no connections? So there's no connections between these sets. Would be interesting. Or if there's exactly 1, that would also be interesting. We know there's no connections across there. We know there's no connections across there. Oh, that's a really interesting, I think, point. The at least 2 connections here, each of them needs a red. One of those reds has to come up from up here, and the 2 connections over here, both of them need a blue. At least one of those blues comes from up there. That's kind of weird. But if I do have a connection across here, that connection needs a green. It needs that green specifically. I'd like it so much better if I just knew there had to be such a connection. We do know that up here we've got 6 different regions between these 2. Like, these are all different, so that's 6 different regions. So there's only 1 additional region. And that 1 additional region is the one that has this green in it. That green needs a yellow and a blue. See, like, it seems to me like maybe that weirdo region, like, sucks up all of these or something like that, except that's not actually possible. Because whichever 2 of these join, they each need to take... Oh, no, that's not quite going to work, is it? They're each going to need to take a red. whichever two of these join, they're going to need to each take a blue, but that red and blue could come from up here. Okay, maybe I can just do this by math. If these two don't join, then, yeah, I guess this is going to be like a sort of funny argument. If these two don't join, then that means these two join in pairs. But because of the border thing, we know this isn't this. That would mean this had to connect to that, and this had to connect to that. But that's a connectedness problem, because as soon as yellow connects to this orange, it's going to make it impossible for this blue to connect to this orange. So yeah, so if these two don't connect because of this greater than or equal to 2 requirement, we have a problem instantly, which is that I need to connect these two crisscross in a way that breaks connectedness. Okay, that actually does it. So this, oops. So in fact, these do connect. And likewise, I think I can make the same argument if these two don't connect, then again, using the border connectedness rule, I'm going to need to connect this to the dark green and this to the light blue, and that's going to be a crisscross connection again, because as soon as this connects to the dark green, I can't connect this to the light blue. So these two actually connect, which is actually going to force that around the border. Okay, I think that's considerably more juicy stuff. Now this green's certainly going to have to bulge out in order to actually do this. So the thing that I have to hedge against is that this blue could connect. We know it can't connect to the yellow, but it could connect to the orange as long as it does it in a roundabout enough way that I can shove some of these shapes into into this other orange. Okay, so this only needs a blue. This only needs a red. Yeah, so either these two 2s connect to each other, or one of the 2s connects to one of the 1s over here. It's, of course, so natural for this to just take that red. But who knows? Yeah, the red this gets certainly isn't the one that touches the border. Because this region, for example, this green region has already touched the border. It's not so clear to me that it can't take these other ones. Yeah, this needs a yellow, and it's not getting any of those yellows. I guess this is a different way to say this. These two and these two of them pair up, and one of them takes this yellow, because one of them needs a yellow, that the one that doesn't pair up needs a yellow. And one of them that doesn't pair up needs a green, and so takes this green. So this yellow and this green get handed out to one of these regions. That is, one of these regions takes this yellow, one of these regions takes this green, all the way up there. Right, and we only have at most one connection across here. If they do connect, the thing they're missing is a green. Wait, but didn't I just argue? Oh, I argued that one of these needs a green, but it would be that one that needed the green if they connected across. So the one that if there is one that connects across, which I suspect there probably is, then we know that it takes that green. Likewise, we know this one is in need of a blue. This one is in need of a red, a blue, and a purple. And that one's in need of a red, a blue, and a purple. But yeah, one of these two takes that purple. The other two come down here. Unless all three of these connect, which is still annoyingly vaguely possible. This orange 2 connects to this blue 3. Can I argue that doesn't really work somehow? So it would have to go... I'm going to make this a light blue just for sake of argument. It couldn't possibly take this yellow. And it's going to have to wrap back around here. And so in so doing, it's in the process of wrapping back around here. It's going to have to enclose a red for this region and a red for this region. So it'd have to enclose two reds. It could enclose this red pretty easily. Is there any way it could possibly enclose one of these other reds? That is to say, is there any way you can enclose two of these or one of these reds without containing too many blues or something? Like, they're certainly not enclosing that red, for example. I'm not sure. It doesn't seem possible, but it might just be possible to do around... Let's see, how many blues would you be enclosing? You'd be enclosing... If I were trying to connect these two... no blues, right? If I were to connect these two, I'd need to be enclosing 0 blues. So I'd need to enclose a red without enclosing or including a blue. And that's what's not possible. Because any way I enclose a red, be it this red or this red, I'm enclosing or including a blue, is the sort of way that these are set up, and that one being on a wall. So that doesn't work. So I can't connect these two. Can I connect these two? If I go to connect those two, I again need to enclose 2 reds without enclosing any additional blues, enclosing or incorporating any additional blues. And that doesn't work for exactly the same reason, involving how the reds and blues are organized up here. So I think that means that actually these two are the same, and these two are different, is I think what we have actually learned. So this is 4 different regions over here, I think is what we have learned. And we might be able to run back that same kind of argument here, except we replace blue with red. So if these connect, I would need to enclose a blue for this pair, and a blue for was my argument I actually need to enclose a red and include a red? Maybe my argument was wrong before, actually. I think my argument was wrong before. Because what I actually need is I need to enclose a red for this, and I need to include a red for this region. But I could enclose this red and include that red, I think, pretty easily without having any serious issues. Darn, I think my argument didn't actually work. We would also, of course, need to enclose, we'd also need to... No. My argument was right. It was because it wasn't for that region. It was for, if I connected these two, it was this region also needed a red. But no blue. Right. Okay, so sorry. I think I can redo that. And so here, if I connect these crosswise, then I need a blue for this yellow region, and I need a blue for this region. So I need to include two blues without including any additional reds. I can't do that because all the blues up here either touch a corner, so I can't enclose it at all, or they also touch a red. And that doesn't work. So I think that means... let's make this... that actually these two connect. These, of course, are different. I should probably highlight that by finding another color, like orange or something. Trying to imagine if this could possibly take a red up here. I don't think so, but I don't think I'm prepared to prove it at all. Okay, so how many regions do we have represented here that we know are definitely different? We know this is 3. Oh, I think we're actually forcing these to be the same, because actually this is 4 regions we now know about. And this over here is 4 regions we know about. But there aren't 8 regions in the puzzle. There are only 7. And I can't merge any other pair of these because all the other regions, except for these 2 that I know about, contain 4 shapes at the moment. So these actually have to connect. Okay, so we've got a little bit more progress. Just a little bit, but hey, it's something. We'll take it. Okay, so that's all 7 regions. If I want to actually color these in 7 colors, let's see, we can go. We could make this our, like, cyan one, just to make one of every color. Or maybe make this the purple. Light blue, dark blue, red. Yeah, okay. So every color is now accounted for. They're all distinct. Okay, and we can get rid of these notes. I think we can get rid of these numbers. Okay, so that means that these ones on the border, actually, because so far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 regions on the border. The 2 of these have not touched the border yet. So these 2 red and blues on the border, they have to belong to purple, orange, light blue, or red. They can't belong to any of the regions that have already touched the border. I think having this blue belong to red is probably a bridge too far in terms of what that's going to do to the topology of red. Because that's going to enclose orange entirely in this part of the grid. Something like that. See, if I make this... If I make this red belong to this red... Or sorry, no, if I make this blue belong to this red region... The only path that does that, actually, is either something like that, or something that wraps around here. Again, doesn't look great for orange. We would have to grab that blue while enclosing a red. Of course, this would be the red we'd be enclosing for this orange. Which is sensible, actually. But this orange also needs a... Oh, there we go. That's the point. This orange needs a purple. And all the other purples have been allocated to known to be different regions. So this needs an orange. So orange needs a purple. And also, orange needs a blue and a red. Okay. Likewise, purple needs a yellow, and all the other yellows have been allocated. So that is yellow. This cell can't be orange, because if this cell is orange, now if you look at what's happened, this piece of red is entirely trapped between yellow and orange, and this piece of red is entirely trapped outside of that between yellow and orange. So there's actually a bar there. Okay, again, this cell can't be yellow, because if this cell were yellow, we get exactly the same problem, that now orange fully encloses between orange and yellow this piece of red, and this piece of red's outside it. I feel like I'm close to arguing that this cell has to be red. Yeah, again, if this is some other color, doesn't matter what color it is. If it's not red, then now yellow, orange, and this one cell that's not red have enclosed red up here, separated from this other piece of red. So this is definitely red. And we need to connect the reds through it, so that connects up and down. We'll do that. Haha! Nope. Not like that. Oh, yellow. Yellow still needs a blue, and yellow now is completely pressed against this wall, so yellow needs to take that, which definitely is going to push this red over this way, which is going to push this blue this way, like that. Again, orange can't take this cell because then orange squeezes red between yellow and itself. And red has to take this cell because, again, similar argument, yellow can't take it, or we've again sort of enclosed part of red and orange. Red actually has to get out of here. It can't get out through orange this way. It's actually trapped. Okay. Yellow actually is done for all that we know. Green still needs to get to a red. So we have to keep that in mind. Feels like this orange could easily take this blue and this red up here, but I feel like I'm missing some... I feel like I've been this entire puzzle missing whatever it is I'm supposed to take away from this arrangement up here. Oh yeah, this blue needs a green. Oh, and we know what green it is, right? There's only one green in the puzzle that's unclaimed, so this is blue. Yeah, red now has to get, like, way up here. If this red were purple, I don't think that works. Because now I've created... I can't sort of squeeze anything through this, so I'd have to squeeze both green and blue out of here to get their red, and I just don't have room for that. In fact, actually, that's kind of the point. Light blue needs a red. And it's got to get it by squeezing through one of these two gaps. Because if light blue takes this red, then green just does not have room at all to get to squeeze through and sort of wrap up to that anymore. So this is green. Right, okay, so now if this cell isn't green, then green squeezes here and here and cuts off blue, so that cell is green, in other words, which does force blue over there. If this cell isn't green, then now that forces green through here, which cuts off blue, so this is also green. Aha! So little light blue is going to come over here. Now dark blue, again, still needs its friend, so it's going to come up there. Red comes up here, which means yellow is actually our first color in this puzzle that's finished. Light blue comes up here. And in fact, this light blue, however it connects, it's definitely going through there. dark blue is going to come up like that. Light blue, remember, still not done. Light blue still needs a red, so it's going to have to come up like this. Red also still needs a blue, so it's going to have to come up like this. Orange still needs lots of stuff. Oh, sorry, this orange needs to connect, but orange still needs both a red and a blue, so we're going to come across here. So now blue is done. Light blue still, again, is in quest for a red. So light blue is going to come this way, which is going to force purple that way, force light blue this way. Purple still needs both a blue and a red. Red still needs everything. Orange now has its red, but it still needs a blue. Okay, red creeps up. Orange creeps up. Blue creeps up. So red creeps up. So orange creeps up. We know that's not... that, and we also know that it's not red. Red actually comes that way. Blue is still also in need of a red, so it comes this way, which pushes purple over there. That's now blue. This isn't purple. This isn't blue, so blue is done. Wait, I said that isn't purple. I don't know why I said that isn't purple. Yeah, sorry, this could be purple, but it's not blue. So blue is done. That part was correct. Red still needs a blue, so it's got to keep going. It can't have that cell, though. Okay, orange comes up here. This cell is not orange, and it's the same color as that one, so therefore orange is actually done. This cell isn't red, so therefore red's actually done. Whew! Good lord, what a battle. That one was tough, but we're gonna make this a little bit of a deeper purple. We're gonna put some extra green over here, I think. Actually, this yellow is gonna be like the ice color again, I think. This blue, actually, I think that can be a shade of purple again. We could have that sort of arrangement. That looks very nice. Okay. Somehow I didn't get an achievement for that. Okay. So that was this episode. Whew, boy, that was brutal. So we'll be back next episode where we'll presumably have some easier puzzles again, because we're going to go to a different area where I presume there's going to be a whole new mechanic, and presumably then a whole bunch of other puzzles, and we can see that there's at least a medium amount more world over here. So look forward to seeing more next time. New mechanic and everything. So thanks everyone for watching, and bye for now.